Welcome back to the Chicken Soup of the Soul. I'm Jennifer, your host today. Today, we invited 4 guests to share their journey of recovery from mental illness. The topic sounds more serious, but anything that will move our humanity is stronger than we think. I believe that your pain may only make you stronger. We should keep on smiling every day. Happiness always comes. And let's welcome our guests.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, Cheryl here.
Hi, I'm Yao.
Hi, I'm Narmata here.
Hi, or due to this pandemic, we will go through virtually. Jangan jalan sana jalan sini. Please stay at home, yeah? Okay, let us get back to our topic. Actually, mental illness is very common in society. It's difficult for us to clarify if the person face a mental issue. Of course, we are not so expert on this topic, but we had heard on it in our daily life, and someone had also shared it with us. So today, our guests here will share their story and how they rescue themselves. Mm, First, Namanda, can you tell us, in your opinion, how this mental health issue is caused towards employee in the workplace?
Yeah, actually, as the mental health issue, right, may pose from the workplace condition as well as the work stress which the employee are going through nowadays. And I also got studied that the mental health, right, is currently laid off a lot of workers due to the pandemic. Actually, that can cause a mental health issue among workers itself. And also they might lost their mind and can't identify a way to deal with it.
I see. Do you have any experience through that employment issue that caused mental health issue?
Yes, I do have the experience when I was working as a part-timer. Actually, as a university student last time, I had worked as a part-time data entry clerk. So, because at that time my family was actually going through some financial problem, so I had to search for a part-time job to overcome our financial issues as well. So after I finished my class and I immediately went to my workplace continue my work there. So even though it's a very tiring schedule for me to cope between the studies and as well as the work, I still encourage myself to perform it in both circumstances. So, but a few months later, right, I had gone through poor timing schedule as well as I cannot cope up with my assignments due to my work as my colleague keep on asking me to follow up this data and then all that to complete on time. So as they know my situation that I just a part-timer and they also inform me that if you didn't perform it well right, I will ask our boss to reduce your salary.
Oh my god, then why you not search for another job?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. But then at time, right, I really could not manage to search for the nearest job vacancy as I really needed extra income at that time. And this company, right, is really like near to my house area, and it's really convenient for me to reach there once I finish my class on time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, then due to this overload of work pressure, right, like I could not submit my assignment and could not perform it very well on my studies too. So from this, right, I had gone through like a lot of pressure, like I could not have enough sleep. And I was always like chasing out with the work deadlines, even though like I got no time to have a relaxation for myself as well.
Oh my god, sorry for that, Namanda, but it's actually too much pressure for you to handle. But how could you overcome that problem then?
Yeah, well, that time, right, I really cannot tahan lah. So, and then I decided to talk to my boss about what I really went through with overload work pressure, as I'm just a part-timer as well as university student. And then I told him what really happened that time and so on. So, but thank God my boss actually understood my situation and finally they changed me to another department as well. then from the incident itself, I actually really learned that we actually have the right to voice out our life and without being afraid all the time, and we should ignore the thought like what they will say if I do this, and then what they will think if I say this to them. Like please don't, especially like today's generation, right? Please communicate to the person and tell them you think. Like no need to feel sad or go with the track. Like talk to them and get consultation with others so that it will be very much helpful to advise for further steps to be done.
Wow, Namanda, that is actually great. Yes, the communication will help an individual to establish their feeling to others importantly if it's come to mental illness. Thank you for sharing your experience, Namanda. It's a
Yeah.
really good sharing. Now move on to Cheryl. Cheryl, when I was thinking who to invite to my podcast, I thought of you. And you were always telling me about the issue you face in your family even up till today. Can you please share your story with us?
Sure, Jennifer. Well, I grew up in a dysfunctional family, and I'm not sure about other cultures, but this always happened in the Chinese culture. Chinese parents always think that filial piety it helps in establishing bonding with parents, but that is not entirely true.
Sorry to interrupt, but could you explain what is filial piety?
Oh, sure. Filial piety in Chinese culture refers to the social obligations of children to respect and care for their elders, in particular, not just when they are old, but throughout the whole lifetime. Okay, back to my story. Growing up, I've always been scared to leave my room. I knew my parents were always on the other side of the door. A long list of accusatory questions and remarks are always ready, whether it's about a towel that wasn't hung properly or about the cutting boards that weren't placed at the right angle. A small mistake often leads into a full-blown confrontation and how I wasn't even being a dutiful and good daughter.
I have experienced this as well. They call it tough love, and for many years I believe then. After all, in many Chinese families households, the parents' word is law. Most of the time is to teach children the concept of filial piety.
By the way, Cheryl, at what point does fear parity from being an age-old cultural tradition to parents misusing their superiority and shaping their children into, what they want?
Well, I always felt that the immense pressure to please my parents growing up, so much so that I suppressed my own identity, voice, and dreams in order to keep my parents happy, whether it's diminishing my own will or things I'm passionate about, or giving up a boyfriend due to my parents' disapproval of non-Chinese partners. My subconscious kept a tally on me each time I betrayed myself, leading to a series of unhealthy coping mechanisms that I'm still trying to undo. Sometimes I question myself. I felt that filial piety should be done out of love instead of obligations and tradition.
I know that you are doing well in coping with it, but how do you do that?
Okay, so first I recognize myself in an authoritative filial piety environment and work with my therapist to understand the underlying issue for my parents' action that caused me to emotional pain as a child. While reliving these memories were very painful and sometimes even triggering, I understood that my parents are human and they were only doing this out of love. So it is really important to come to terms with why parents do that and what they do, not as a form of giving them as a free pass, but to understand that this is not personal, even though if it impacts you personally.
I see, but we tend to only notice our deteriorating mental health many years later. Do you think there is still a period for it?
Definitely. Even I only realized it during my fresher years. So for those who are in a similar relationship with their parents, we need to ask ourselves a few questions. Do I have any say in my life? When I make choice to honor my parents, is it at my own free will? Or is it because it feels good to me, because I have gratitude, because I love them? Or if I don't do it, I will feel like I'm going to be shamed, guilted, or cut out of my family.
Thank you for sharing, Cheryl. From what we see in its purest form, Filial piety is a matter of honoring and thanking our elders for the sacrifice they have made. Oftentimes, however, it takes the form of a potion apple used to excuse damaging parenting behavior and help above a child as a warning or reminder to make them behave. Mm, People always say family is the first school in life, and school is our second home. So, Yao, do you agree with that?
No, it was a nightmare, and I would never think about it if I could.
What happened?
At that time, I was a quiet and well-behaved student and often praised by teachers. Maybe it was this reason that caused other students to be jealous of me and even start bullying me. I still remember a classmate who often ordered me to buy him bread and snacks from the school cafeteria. And he usually had to use my own money to pay for these expenses. And he would set a time such as 1 or 2 minutes. If I didn't come back in time, he would hit me. Besides that, some classmates will blackmail me to give them money. If I don't give them money, they will insult me or even beat me.
Did you ask your teacher and your parents for help?
Yes, of course. But the bully just stopped for a few days, and then the bullying became more serious. They started threatening me to kill me, which made me afraid of going to school and even suffer from depression.
But how did you do it like this? You are very confident people. I'm like a bullied person.
My family feel that it would not work because they've tried many ways to solve these problems that I encountered at school, but the situation got worse. So, they decided to transfer me to another school and let me leave the place that seems like hell to me. When I arrived at the new school, all the problem was solved. I also started a new life and met new friends.
Fortunately, you ask your parents and teacher for help. Otherwise, the result will be unthinkable.
Yeah.
How about Mike? How about you, Mike? Would you like to share your story with us?
Actually, I have been cyberbullied before. As you guys know that I have few platforms to upload my video, like IG, YouTube, Facebook. From your guys' view, I'm the influencer, but I'm just a normal person, same as like you. I have feelings, emotions, need to eat, need to work, need to deal with clients, so that I would never call myself as an influencer. The reason I like to share my daily life through the social media platform is that I believe one thing. As Jennifer in the beginning had said, keep on smiling every day, happiness always comes. Yeah, I believe in that. So my video content is like what I face in my daily life, and some funny things like I do remember someday, the Abang, the chorus service Abang, call me Mickey Chan.
Really? Mickey Chan? What? So funny eh.
Oh, hiya, Mickey Chan.
Yeah, so funny Chan. It was funny to me. I also remember that I have a friend who come from China. He also called me Mickey. You know.
Why do all people like to call you Mickey? Maybe you should change your nicknames to Mickey Mouse.
No. I did call me Mickey Mouse more better. Somehow, one day, as usual, to open my life, then suddenly people join my life, start to attack me, keep on post bad comment in the comment section. At the first, I'm just ignore it. However, the haters become more and more until one day I started to think, is it my fault to share? What I think is funny, but other people don't think so. The motivation for me to do sharing is to spread happiness to people and make them feel happy and fun. Suddenly, I keep asking myself, am I spreading pain to people who are watching my life? I lost my direction. Should I stop the thing that I'm doing right now? Even the haters started to attack my family. I do remember they had said, better all your family go die. is that better I go there like what they comment in the comment section? I was depressed and insomnia. I feel sorry for my family and people close to me getting scored just because of me.
But sorry for the disturbance. Can I ask you, Mike, that how long have you been in this situation?
Most likely 2 years. What I
Oh,
face,
see.
I never share with my people close to me. I'm worried that I bring pain to them. I continue to act like normal people and don't tell them the truth. After that, I become worse into this mental illness. I started to cut my hand to release my stress. Even though I know this is not the right way, but the thing is, I can't control myself.
Oh my god, if you're trying to cut yourself is an obvious symptom of mental illness.
Yeah.
Then how do you walk out from this darkness?
Actually, I want to thank my family. They are the ones who give me a hand and rescue me and make me go back to the right way. They are the ones who give me support and like me and accompany me when I feel really upset. They only I fuck up myself and go back to the normal life. They are the ones who help me to escape from the darkness. Definitely, it will be harder and more complicated to do that, but it did not sound easy.
I'm grateful and happy for all of you who are here today, that you have rescued yourself and willing to share your story to raise out the awareness about mental illness to the people who are watching our podcast. Well, I believe that those who really care about you are the people who are very important in your life. I think the time is almost here. Thanks for watching. So, see you next time and stay home, stay safe. Bye.
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 Bye.